I'm headed home for the day, but I just finished dyno tuning that Civic that you saw in the first clip. And really quick before I went home, I figured I would test out the Civic again. If you guys remember the end of the video, the last one, I was just trying to get the car to make pulls and it had a little bit of a spark issue. I got my plugs down a little bit and checked a few things, and voila! 632 at 35 pounds. I actually think it'd make like 650 if I pulled all the way out. It was kind of a short pull, but kind of makes me think it'll make like 700 horsepower, maybe 500 torque on 40 psi. So I don't know, makes me kind of excited to get that going. I just need a little bit colder plug, and then I think I can actually, you know, finally finish the dyno. Also, I was obviously waiting for the ethanol percentage to be higher, but I've come to the conclusion that the ethanol at that particular pump is only like 70%, so it's just kind of what I got for now. But anyway, yeah, I thought that was kind of exciting news. I feel like 700 horsepower is good for some 9-second passes, and that'll be plenty of fun. Okay, on to the next stuff. Welcome back to the video. Okay, so today is kind of crazy. We had some issues with my problem child over here. We got to sort them out as fast as we can, and then we can finally put the new Haltech in, get it on the dyno, and finish it up. Recently, we've been driving it around. We've probably put like 1,000 or 1,500 miles, and we've actually had the transmission down 3 times. 3 times. It's so many. It's a Clutch Masters twin disc, and we've just had tons of problems with it. We've been on the phone with them, and at this point, we just don't want to fiddle with it anymore. We're going to pull it down. We'll ship it back to them to see what's going on. And in the meantime, we're just going to throw like a new, just affordable, like, you know, eBay style stage 4 clutch. So we'll put that on. Let me show you guys. We got the box. Okay. Yeah. XTD for the win. Yeah, that ought to work. It's just like your normal stage 4 with the, you know, regular disc, new throwout bearing, and a flywheel. Okay, so we're gonna put that on. The other thing is the turbo manifold, when the motor moves a little bit, it vibrates and it kind of hits against the AC belt, and he actually broke the belt the other day. So we have to move the very front pipe, kind of remake it, of the turbo manifold, the one that goes up to the T4 flange. So we have to redo that pipe today. And then also his sway bar bushings were blown out. So we don't have a sway bar on it currently. We're gonna go ahead and put that back on. I got him some new sway bar bushings. So the new turbo up pipe should fit with the sway bar, the air conditioning, and have a little bit more room now. Okay, we're able to get the trans down. We just have it kind of like resting back here on the trans jack, and we are replacing the you know, pilot bushing. And as soon as we got that in, we can put the new flywheel and clutch and all that stuff. We already did the. Every time you do a clutch, depending on what clutch it is, they'll usually come with a new you know, release bearing. And it's a good idea to change it because they're not all the same diameter. So depending on the clutch company, like you just saw how big that one was. This is the Clutch Masters one. It's like probably half an inch smaller. Okay, so we have this Clutch Masters clutch in there, and we just had like nothing but problems. This thing has maybe 500 to 1,000 miles, like a tank of gas. And it's showing just like so many heat spots, so much wear. And I don't know if that's normal. I know obviously twin discs, they wear in a lot different than, you know, other clutches and whatnot. But this floater, yeah, it keeps getting tight and kind of locked in here. And this is supposed to move freely. And I do believe it's just causing us lots of issues. Okay, get this transmission back in and get the new clutch on, and we should be in good business. Okay, we you know, got that done. Transmission's all back in, drive line's on. Just gotta put the little shifter thing back on up top, but that pretty much is it for the clutch problem. So now we gotta go on to thing number 2. We gotta fix the turbo manifold. Ugh, welding. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this down. I can show you actually right now. Check out this V-band connection right here. The turbo manifold fits perfect to here, but when we went up this direction, once we put the AC in, we had to rotate this over a little bit, and then it was kind of either hitting the sway bar or hitting the AC. I don't know if you can see how tight it is right there. It's really dark, but there's not much room between the AC pulley and the up pipe. So I'm gonna remake it and try to bend around it a little bit better, get a little bit more clearance in there, and yeah, we'll kind of see if we can make this all work out a little bit better. Okay, so we got the up pipe for the turbo out. We got the new sway bar end links in. Not anything too exciting there, just new bushings because they're super blown out. And now we're fabricating this piece that goes up to the T4 so that it can clear, you know, the AC lines and everything we were having issues with. So I'm building those right now, and as soon as I get these all welded up, I'll have to weld a wastegate port in there, and then we should be good to go. Okay, it's not beautiful, we just did it real quick, but as you can see, I added like 2 90-degree bends and put the wastegate back in, and this should just go right around the sway bar and miss all the air conditioning stuff right there in the middle. So we're pretty happy with that, how that came out. So we just basically got to bolt that back into the car, and then we can get on to other fun stuff, like putting the Haltech dash into the car, which is so cool. Okay, easy peasy, got that all back together. Everything actually worked out super good. As you can see, the turbo's back in. We added a few cool things, like a little support brace. We've got our heat wrap, the hood exit. You know, after refabricating this up pipe piece, we do have to trim the hood again, just like a little bit more for clearance, but we are basically back to go, or good to drive. We just need to start it up, bleed some coolant out of it, you know, check all our fluids and all that. But I was gonna show you guys next the Haltech stuff. Yesterday, while I was doing some of the fabrication, Raven went ahead and installed the Haltech IC7 dash. There's this other company that makes the little bezel to mount it, and this is actually the first one I've ever seen in a 350Z like this. We waited a little while to actually get this made, so super cool little piece, just like a little 3D printed bezel type deal. These dashes are awesome. I love the way they look. I think it looks so much better than like the factory dash actually. Man, look at that thing. It just brings it to like the next century. Whew. So, okay, well that's basically in. We'll obviously be changing some stuff as needed with the display, but there's already a lot of default displays, I believe, that you can change. Yeah, make it look all different kinds of ways. So cool. Just new toys. Oh, it's like retro. It's like we just went back 10 years. Still looks cool though. Okay, so we got that. And then we also, it's probably too dark to see down here, but if you can see it, we have his old ECU, the Haltech Pro plugin, and we have his new ECU, the Elite 2500. So I'll be writing the base map and programming that today so we can get this thing running. Okay, so we're gonna give the old problem child a try. I've got Raven's car strapped to the dyno. Clutches in, seems to be working fine. The little coolant leak we had seems to be fine. Yeah, I'm just gonna start tuning and kind of see where we get. We've had quite a few problems with this car in the past, so I'm not really holding my breath to get the tune fully done. But since I had to write this base map from scratch, Haltech doesn't actually supply or have any type of like base map for this Elite ECU for the VQ motor. So I have a lot of different tables and things to look through to make sure everything's functioning correctly. So I'll just be doing a ton of that kind of stuff today, letting it cool down and warm up a few times, get it through some heat cycles. And if we're lucky, we'll get to make pulls. I believe that he's on a 72 millimeter turbo. It's an eBay one. I think it's rated for about 700 horsepower. And he's on 9 pounds of boost. I would assume that on 9 pounds of boost, we should see somewhere around 400 horsepower. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Okay, so we made that last dyno pull and I've got a lot of the tunes sorted out. We're having an issue with the cam angle sensors or the cam phasers on this particular motor. And no matter how I'm controlling them, they're not like reacting correctly. So we're gonna have to try like maybe changing out cam phasers and try again another day. But right now they're currently just turned off. The car still made 382 horsepower, about 8-9 pounds of boost. Since we won't be able to go any farther in the tune because the cam phasers aren't working, I'll just show you some other cool features that we've been playing with. One of them is kind of like a ghost cam, so it sort of sounds like a V8 would at idle. Let me turn that one on right quick. Let's see. So you can hear the car's idling right now. It's super smooth. And now, I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it basically like jumps around and just kind of lopey like a V8. Kind of fun. I can't actually do this one on like UpRev or some of the other programs, but I can do it on Haltech. Super fun to play with. All right, let me turn that back off and then I'll show you one of the next things we were working on. The next one's pretty easy. I'll give Raven the camera and then he can show you guys what it looks like. It's probably gonna max out the microphone on here, but I'll show you launch controller anti-lag. Okay, so that one's a little bit loud. Maybe don't do that one in your neighborhood. Oh yeah. Let me show you like the pops and bangs. I'll have Raven hold the camera again so that you guys can see it. Okay, well that just about wraps it up. Raven's car, it did okay. It obviously has the cam phaser issue. It would make a lot more torque if the cam phaser was working. Still managed to make 350 torque, 380 something horsepower. Not too bad, you know. And in the meantime, while we're figuring that out, he'll get to play around with his new dash. He's got some pops and bangs. He's got some anti-lag, some other cool features. So it'll just be like a fun car to drive around. He's still got to break in the clutch anyways. We need to add a few sensors. You know, we've got a bunch of other stuff we need to do on the car, possibly flex fuel. We really probably need to upgrade his fuel system here soon too, but anyway, we're kind of getting there. That was a whole lot of fun playing with all the new features in the ECU. I was glad I could kind of show you guys all the stuff you can do once you have a really fast, powerful computer. But I think that's about it for today. I don't know what's coming up next week. I guess we'll just have to see. But thanks for watching the videos. I'll see you guys next time.